So when you open your new database for the first time, this is the screen you'll be presented with. No information, no details, just lots of options for completion. All the main functions are highlighted at the various menu tabs across the top, and many of these are replicated in the ribbon underneath, depending on what it is you choose to do. But when you're starting out, many of the first things you'll need to do are controlled under the Parameters tab, where you're going to enter information concerning your company details, your own bank details and who you're going to submit your files to. If you're going to import information about payments, this is where it's defined. Some payment defaults, if you need to set up users and restrict their access or enable them with certain capabilities and so on. All these things are done in the initial stages and set up through the Parameters menu. So for instance, under company details, you've got information about your company name, address, contact details. Important point on the company name is this is the name that will appear on your debtors statements. So you need to be clear that it's a name that's relevant to them, one they'll recognise. Submission details is where you enter information about your SEPA creditor ID, your originator number, your own BIC and IBAN details, where it is you want to create your files when you've generated them. If you want to keep a backup copy of any EFT files after they've been created, just tick this box, so on. If you're going to import your details from an Excel file or other such file, this is where the details get specified. So there are some specific options that can be done. So you could, for instance, import a standard 18 file. You'll format EFT files, and the system knows what that layout is and will set that up correctly for you. If you're going to take details in from a CSV type file, this is where you configure or map the details of your CSV file. These are the main items that get imported, but there's lots of other options available, all of which can be specified, brought in and used to set up your debtor details in the software. They're the main items that need to be done. We'll go through each of them in later sessions, but just to make you familiar with them there at the moment. When you go to add a new debtor, you can do that manually by selecting New, and you'll be asked to say what's their reference, what's their name, is there any information about the amounts that you want to collect from them on a regular basis. If you're going to be importing the details from your account system or something like that, you just leave those as they are. Under general details, you'll enter the BIC and IBAN for your debtor, or you can enter their sort code and account number, and it will automatically be converted to BIC and IBAN for Island of Ireland accounts. What's the account name? Is there a mandate ID or unique mandate reference number? What's the date of signature? Whether they were signed up by paper or electronically, whatever. It's going to be a first presentation when it goes through the first time. You can also bring in some information around contact details for those people. Mandate management allows you to store a mandate document against a particular debtor, or to pre-print mandate forms for them. You have the option of setting up user-defined fields in your system so that allow you search against them, and then those details can be applied against any of your debtors. You can take notes against individual debtors, assign them to categories, which is very useful when you're looking to search or select for certain debtor types, large accounts, small accounts, that sort of thing. Some other information that's sometimes requested when processing payments under SEPA. And under the history tab is where we get all the details of past payments that have been processed against an individual. So in setting up a new debtor, this is where most of the information is entered. And off you go. Okay, well, we'll return to each of those in more detail in future sessions. I hope that was useful. Take care.